Hi guys, and welcome to the very first Chart long form video ever. And today I thought we'd start with one of the most popular group of Pokemon. They are the Pseudo legendaries of Pokemon. Now we're going through every single Pokemon that's a Pseudo legendary, obviously. And yeah, hope you enjoy. So our 5 tier list are goated, so these are like the best of the best. Then we've got great. These are like really good, but they're not in that category of goated. These are good. They're all right. They're good pseudo legendaries. Could have done better. Slightly lazy design, or just not. I don't really like that Pokemon overall. And then the last one is bin. They should never have created this pseudo legendary ever. Okay, so I guess we'll start off with the first Pokemon, the first ever pseudo legendary, which is Dragonite. I mean, I've got to put this in goated. I mean, not many people can make me like. I would get angry if someone would even put this in great. Dragonite, they really perfectly made the first pseudo legendary. Pokemon cooked when they made the first ever pseudo legendary, and in the anime it was really great, and just it's a really cute Pokemon and it's really nice, and its new Mega I think is really underrated. I think the Mega Dragonite is super underrated in terms of design. I think a perfect start to the pseudo like lineup. Basically, it's really good. I love Dragonite. Okay, moving on, we've got Tyranitar. See, I haven't really had much of a connection with Tyranitar, which why it may be lower on my list compared to others. I'm going to put it, I think I'm between great and good. For some people it's obviously going to be a goated one, especially people who are like nostalgic and stuff like that. But for me, I think I'm going to put it in good. Yeah, I'm going to put it in good. Ooh. Picked up Dragapult, no? There we are. Anyways, Tyranitar. It's a good Pokemon. I like its design. Well, I don't really like Pupitar. I think it's a very... I don't actually know the concept behind Pupitar, so I can't really say much. But no, Tyranitar is a really cool Pokemon. It's really strong. I just don't connect with it, so I can't really say. Yeah, I can't really say. So that's why it's been placed in the good tier. Okay, now moving on to the Hoenn region, which had special treatment because they have 2 pseudo legendaries, Metagross and Salamence. Let's start with Metagross. Now, this is between goated and great, because there are so many trainers that have a Metagross and all of them are great. But okay, let's think of it like this. When I compare it to Dragonite, does it deserve the same status as Dragonite? That's probably my criteria. You know what? I think it's so cool, the concept that it's made of full Beldum. It's like signature moves. I think they're Meteor Mash and the Meteor set of moves, if you know what I mean. It's a really cool Pokemon. Steven Stone is a highly underrated champion, and should have gone further than Diantha in the Masters 8. But yeah, I'm gonna put it in goated. I think they cooked like hard. They did really well with Metagross, and I really like it. I don't think I like it as much as Dragonite, so Dragonite's still gonna be on the top of this list for now. That is. Metagross is currently in second, and Tyranitar is third. Okay, moving on, we've got Salamence. I know where I'm going to put this guy. It's better than Tyranitar, but it's worse than Metagross, in my opinion. I'm going to put it in great. Top of great is where I'm putting it. It's a really cool Pokemon, but similar to Tyranitar, I don't really have that much of a connection to it. But something that really boosts its position from a good to a great here is, I think, it's Mega. It's got a really clean Mega design. It doesn't change too much, but it's still really clean. And also the Roaring Moon. I know they're different Pokemon, but the fact that it was based off Mega Salamence, like I think that's a really cool concept between Mega, Salamence, and Roaring Moon. So yeah, that's why it deserves that great spot over Tyranitar in my opinion. Okay, moving on. Not many of you probably know this, but I'm gonna say it now. I have two favourite Pokemon, and one of them is Garchomp. Garchomp is perfect. It is the best Pokemon ever, along with another, which I'll tell you in due course. But yeah, it's incredible. I mean, top of goated. Cynthia is brilliant. Cynthia is my favourite champion. Her ace is Garchomp. I love Garchomp. Ash's Gibble was highly disrespected. In my opinion, it would have been a much better series if Gibble became a Garchomp and became the ace of Ash's team rather than a Chimchar. I think it would have been better. This is released before the DLC. So I was slightly disappointed with Garchomp's Mega design when I first saw it, but it's still a really good one, I would say. But I can't wait to see Garchomp's other Mega design. If it is getting one, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. So I can't wait to see that. I'm buzzing. I can't wait. Then we've got Hydreigon. This is kind of a forgettable one. And there's one Pokemon that you have to owe it to being forgettable, which is Haxorus. Even everyone says this, but it's true. When I first saw Haxorus, I thought Haxorus was the pseudo legendary of Unova. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of forgettable, and for that reason, I've got to put it in could have done better. I mean, yeah, I can't really say much about it. I have no connection to it. Haxorus deserves the thing. Oh, sorry. Haxorus deserves the title of Pseudo of Unova. So I've got to put it in could have done better. Alright, moving on. The Carlos one. A highly underrated Pokemon. Very, very underrated. I love Goodra. I loved Ash's Goodra. Ash's Goodra deserved more love. It was a good Pokemon. I liked its, wetland story thing, and it just overall, I really like Goodra. The one thing that I'm kind of sad is that I think it deserved a Mega. Mega Goodra would be sick. I don't hear people talk about wanting a Mega Goodra enough. Mega Goodra would be so cool. They could even make it more swampy type, based off a swamp, even more. Also, another thing that I don't really like about it is that it's not a water type. It's it's a dragon type. Cool, I get that. It deserves to be a dragon type. I feel like it would have been cool if it was either a water type or perhaps a bug type. But I think water type fits way more, on its wetland story. And overall, I just think water type suits it a lot, so it should have been dragon water type. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in top of great. I think it's just behind Metagross. I think that's how I love Goodra that much. Moving on, I'm doing Hisuian Goodra next. I know it came out after Kommo-o and Dragapult and stuff. I'm gonna put this in bin. People are gonna be like, "What, Chimchar? Why are you putting it in bin?" It's because it was completely unnecessary. I feel like Dragapult was already so good, and I like the Dragon Steel type. I feel like it's really cool. I feel like the shell on Hisuian Goodra is really cool, but other than that, its design didn't really change. I just feel like either they could have done better with it, or they could have just picked another one of another pseudo legendary to make off. For example, Hydreigon would have been a cool one. A Hisuian Hydreigon, that would have been cool. Or a Hisuian Tyranitar, that also would have been really cool. I feel like, I understand why they did it, because Goodra didn't get enough love as it should have gotten. But, and I do think Hisuian Goodra boosted, the level of love that Goodra had, but still, I feel like if everyone was in their right mind, Hisuian Goodra would have been kind of unnecessary. Okay, moving on to the Alola region. Komodo. I mean, see, this is the one that they should have done a Hisuian form for, because it's so forgettable and it's so bad, and just I can't even remember what its Z move is. Like, just it's so forgettable. I'm gonna have to put it in bid. I can't even put it in could have done better, because I like the concept, but it's just they could have. I can't really say much. I mean, yeah, Komodo was a huge disappointment. I thought it was quite cool when I first saw it, but after that, yeah. Alright, I don't want to continue with that Pokemon. Moving on to the Galar region, which is my least favourite region and holds my least favourite anime for all that want to know. I hate the Galar region with a burning passion. I feel like it was unnecessary and a disgrace to Britain. I am British. Anyways, Dragapult is one of the better, like one of the good sides of Galar. It's a really cool concept. I like its typing, Dragon Ghost. Its speed is insane. I feel like Ash should have caught the Dragapult instead of maybe Dragonite or Dracovish. I feel like Dragapult would have suited his team way more. I feel like it's a really cool Pokemon. I love Dragapult, though I don't have like much connection to it on a personal level. It's going, I think it's either in between Goodra and Salamence or above Goodra. I'm in between those two. I feel like because of the disrespect Goodra gets, I'm going to put it under Goodra, but that doesn't mean that it's a terrible Pokemon. Dragapult is a really, really cool Pokemon that it's really cool. Yeah. And then the final one, the final pseudo legendary released thus far, Baxcalibur. And I know exactly where I'm going to put this guy on top of Could Have Done Better. So I had this in my Scarlet and Violet team, which is why it's above Hydreigon. I wasn't alive when Black and White came out, so yeah. It's a cool Pokemon. I feel like it's just, compared to like the design of Tyranitar, I feel like it's just a cheap Tyranitar. See, if you look at both of them, they look pretty much like the same thing. Like even the back fin scaly thing that Baxcalibur has, Tyranitar has this like its back pointy bits. So like they're really similar. I feel like it's just a rip-off Tyranitar. So yeah, sure, this could have been like a really cool convergent evolution of Tyranitar. That would be cool. But like, it had so much potential that they wasted. Anyways, so conclusion. This is my tier list of pseudo legendaries. So the worst one is Hisuian Goodra, then Komodo. Then we've got Hydreigon, then Baxcalibur, then Tyranitar, then Salamence, then Dragapult, then the highly underrated Goodra, then Metacross, then Dragonite, and then finally my favourite Pokemon and the best pseudo legendary thus far of Pokemon, Dragonite. I mean, I think that's really good. Like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more Pokemon content, and comment down below what your ranking of pseudo legendaries are. I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think and what your favourite pseudo legendary is. Anyways, it's bye from the Pokechimchars for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!